Tuesday afternoon, the Scott Sand Show on News Radio 1370 and 92.9 FM. Great to have you along. It's a short version of the show today. I'm not even sure I'm going to count this as a full episode. Otherwise, it would be episode 1702. At the home studio today, Toledo Rockets have a game, airtime in about 1 hour, right at 4 o'clock, tip-off at 5 today against the Chippewas. If the Rockets win, it means an outright MAC title for your Toledo Rockets. We had Coach Todd Kowalczyk on with us yesterday. If you're watching on Zoom, the Zoom broadcast available at WSPD.com. You can see I'm joined by my cat Tiger in the background. And Scott Hayes, Acoustics for Autism is this weekend. Scott, great to have you on. Appreciate your time as always.
Thanks, Scott. So good to be here yet again.
Good to see you. I wish we were in studio so we could play some of our silly games.
Me too. I missed that.
The year has been weird, but it's great to see that Acoustics for Autism is moving forward with a revamped execution. We knew that you guys would pull off a way to bring live music to Toledo, the last event of 2020, the first real event so far of 2021.
Yeah, it's actually easier to pull off an event with the well-oiled machine that we are for, the 16,000 people that are going to show up and all the logistics that accompany it than it is to pull off a very small scale event with tickets at 3 venues for specific times at specific venues.
Great.
That's been different.
Everything. You got a lot more balls in the air this time around. But normally, I mean, it's such a huge event. It's a signature event now for the city of Toledo. And as you mentioned, more than a dozen, more than 12, 15, 20,000 people in various parts of the Maumee area. Multiple stages, 60, 70 bands every year. This year, we've got to scale it down and social distance and be responsible about it, but it's still an opportunity to see live music in Toledo.
Yeah, to me, there's really two things that are important here. One is we're giving the opportunity in a socially distant, safe environment to see live music again. A lot of people haven't been able to do that. Some bands haven't played since the last time we had Acoustics for Autism last year. So this is a great opportunity for them. It's a very healing thing, I think, when you're able to be in the presence of great music performed live. And so we're giving that opportunity. The second thing is we still need to raise funds. The need still continues for the families that we help. And so it's very important that we raise some money so that we can give scholarships to where they're needed most.
Yeah, and I always talk about how great Acoustics for Autism and Project I Am is as a charity. I mean, you look at the way that the charity is run, you know where the money is going, you know it's going to a good cause with local families right here in Northwest Ohio. Let's talk about what Acoustics for Autism is able to accomplish every year.
So we are 100% volunteer organization. So we don't have really any overhead other than the expenses we have to pull off the event. This year, the expenses won't be much. So all of the profit that we make will go to a scholarship fund. So families that have out-of-pocket expenses for treating autism spectrum disorder, as long as they're approved by a doctor, will fund them. And so that we provide those funds directly to the provider so the families don't have to worry about it. And that can be a pretty expensive endeavor because what works for one kid might not work for another. And sometimes you'll see families going from therapy to therapy and trying anything they can for their kids. And we help them fund that.
It's really one of the unique things about being on the autism spectrum and having a family that has that kind of challenge. What are some examples, if you don't mind sharing offhand, of some things that you have been able to do through Project I Am for area families?
We've funded therapies, whether it be music therapy, applied behavioral analysis, anything, like I said, that a doctor would prescribe, but we also prescribe or fund products. So you might have products at home that are needed, certain kind of clothing, for example, is an example that comes to mind, that that is non-irritating. You might have toys, you might have other things that are products that you wouldn't think of as being funded, but because a doctor says they'll help, we'll fund those, and that's really important this year because a lot of families have not been able to get the therapies in the traditional venues that they would normally, because they were closed during COVID, many of them. And so families were trying some of these therapies at home. And so they needed products, and we funded that.
It's interesting. Every kid on the autism spectrum is unique and presents a different challenge. And Project I Am offers different solutions, and that's why we're so excited to once again be supporting Acoustics for Autism this Sunday. I believe this is the 12th year of Acoustics for Autism, if I'm not mistaken.
Scott, I lost you for just a minute in the internet. You sounded like a robot for a second. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, I think we're doing the 12th year of Acoustics for Autism, if I'm not mistaken.
No, this is the 14th edition, so 13 years since we've started the first one. So yeah, this is the 14th edition of Acoustics for Autism.
And the most unique year of Acoustics for Autism.
Yeah, if you think about it, it was 2008. Nicole Corey started this with just a few bands all day at the Village Idiot, raised more money than expected for a very important need. She had someone close to her that needed some help, and she raised a lot more money than she thought. That started Project I Am after the first Acoustics for Autism back in 2008. We've done it every year since.
All right, so
and
it's
we've
this
grown
Sunday.
it every year since.
All the information, of course,
Sunday. Yeah, Scott, the big thing we can promote now is you can go to the website acousticsforautism.com, and we already have up the live auction. So you can bid on all kinds of cool stuff: restaurant packages, there is sports memorabilia, there is artwork, there is all kinds of stuff. And if you go to that, there's 3 tabs, right? If you go right to the page, acousticsforautism.com, there's 3 blue tabs that draw your attention. One is to the auction, one is to the $10 vault. So normally, if you've ever been to Acoustics for Autism, one of the highlights are we sell keys. Only one of them opens the vault, and there is just all kinds of great stuff in the vault. Thousands of dollars, probably $1,500 to $2,000 worth of stuff, gift cards, all kinds of miscellaneous stuff. This year we're doing it virtually, so you can buy that virtual key for $10. You can bid on items. There's a blue tab highlighted for the auction. I encourage you. It takes 2 or 3 clicks to sign up. It's very easy to do. Get in there and bid. The cool thing is you'll get an email when you've been outbid. So as this goes on all week and continues, you can track your status. And then there's a tab for donate. If you just want to get on and donate to a great cause, we can guarantee the money's going to go to a very good place. You can do so, and we make it very easy. The last one is text AFE text give AFA 44321 to us, and you can text your donation as well.
Instructions being sent in from the sidelines to Scott Hayes right now. acousticsforautism.com. I'm looking at the auction, and the auction will end at 4 p.m. on Sunday. And there are some amazing things on here. Everything has a music theme. Obviously, the entire day, the entire event always has a music theme. So there are some great stuff, some sports memorabilia, music memorabilia, food items, sporting goods, and more. I mean, there are dozens of items up for bid right now in the Acoustics for Autism auction.
Yeah, there's some really cool ones, and there's a Monte Carlo night I'm going to be bidding on. So get your checkbooks out if you want to check. You're going to have to outbid me on that. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, and the
Right. I saw
backer,
football.
Zach, our Cleveland Browns backer, was able to get a Joel Bitonio signed football. We got a Joe Morgan of the Big Red Machine, Hall of Famer, signed Reds jersey. There's all kinds of cool. If you look, there's a bunch of drum heads on there signed by all kinds of different bands.
I saw
Tesla.
a Creed, a
It,
Rodney Atkins, a Johnny Lang, a Hart, Ann Wilson, 38
yep.
special drumhead.
Yeah, lot of good stuff. So I expect that to go on. There's buy it now options, and there's instructions on the page. It's very clear how to pick up your items. You can pick them up either Saturday from 12 to noon at the Elks, if you come in the Allen Street entrance, or the day of the event from 12 to 4 if you buy it now. Or you can pick it up after the event if you do the traditional bidding, the traditional auction, and that goes all day until 4 o'clock.
We're talking with Scott Hayes. Acoustics for Autism is Sunday. All of the information at acousticsforautism.com. We're also on Zoom live from my bedroom with my cat Tiger, if you're watching at WSPD.com. So, Scott, how is all of the music going to work on Sunday? Is it too late if you want to be there in person to watch any of the bands?
It's going to be tough, but you can try. So there are tickets that we had already designated for families that we serve, sponsors, musicians that have given their time, and the volunteers. And then those that weren't claimed, we offered to the public. But go to Project I Am on Facebook and like it. And then as tickets become available, we just got a few back today. A band couldn't use that they were offered 4 tickets for a particular time slot. So you get,
Yeah.
whatever. There's a time slot and events, 2-hour time slots for the most part. Yeah. And they might come available. You just got to check back.
Yeah, it's unfortunately the way it's got to be done this year, and hopefully the crowd of 16,000 will return to downtown Maumee for Acoustics for Autism next year. And again, while you're at Project I Am online, read all about all of the great work that Project I Am does, and then go to acousticsforautism.com. Bid on any of the items in the auction. Buy a $10 key for the vault, or text a donation. You can donate whether you're planning to attend or participate in the auction or not. Again, this is by far one of the most worthwhile charities in Northwest Ohio. Scott, it's great to always have you on and help support you and Nicole Corey and Project I Am. Again, I can't speak highly enough about the work you guys are doing.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks for always supporting us. We appreciate you.
That's Scott Hayes. I'm Scott Sands with my cat Tiger live from my bedroom. We're on Zoom. You can watch the video at WSPD.com. And again, visit acousticsforautism.com to be part of this great charity and Project I Am this weekend. The auction ends at 4 p.m. on Sunday. News Radio 1370 and 92.9 FM.